Kasi Vanrotluanga harmonia. One.
thành đủ vị có hát là con chưa lỗ mà sẽ tủ lai cả đủ về thì cũng mà nhiều lâu con xem cái kinh mình khi ra thì không mình khi ra thì này mà sao nó nặng hơn như thế
Con được mình học thêm pa kan pathian kan pa ka ni immer somnite in kola te pa kan tu china wen chen hian kam ne se te tam pathian pa kan ya amma che ni tu pa ku ba na chu mai ma ko le na pa in na pa la ni le ta kan che ra pa ko le ni ya ko tu sia kan tu sia cái đồng quy là dễ là hiện trong ngày cái lễ chuyển đây mà ngoài cái em cái căn đầu câu phong đó ở qua căn cố gắng cái hiện những lần cái những ngày cái pha cái hiện qua cái lễ đó rồi cho bạn sẽ học sinh mình cũng sẽ nói chuyện và sao là cái nó còn chắc là còn sẽ phải start đi đây. First of all, I want to welcome you on behalf of Willis and Glenn and Stephanie. And we thank you for coming. We know that you have been praying for the family, especially for Vanrotluanga, for the last maybe almost half a year since he was on the stroke. So since they don't know me, so it's kind of like speaking in tongue before them. So I don't know how long they can survive. Hopefully they will survive. Having to speak Chinese language for a long time, so maybe something will get in somewhere. So I'm going to hand off on them now. Those who speak English on them now. Welcome to I also want to welcome our senior pastor, Pastor Thlahna. I thought he's out of town, so while we see him today, we're happy that he here. And Pastor Zola, local book, one longer in Pastor Pia, local book, Kale, anywhere, one of us say, not enough. Hello, baby, can say the one. The last of the son to say the say the year. Okay, money to the person that picture to can they don't know. Master of Kenny, and let them in to us. But as I can't in Obama, he actually don't have because she doesn't know. And the town has one. I say, I'm calling me in what kind of money think of maybe tomorrow living on because she are then I want him to be and what he can do to mang in the kidnapping, check the company on to Tapi kemudian kerana saya dah pulau dia hobi dengan spesifik dia dah jadi saya akan buat kita kan selok buat cuma ni bagian kita punya nak kalau nak kita dah tahu ini kita dah saya berbaloi saya buat ini pastor masalah dan suatu sebabnya ini nanti berbaloiนี่ก็ตัวหาตีทางนี้ทุกบ้านเนี่ยไอ้พอจะเห็นมีมันเสียมาแล้วมันตกไปอ่ะอันนี้คนจะเป็นขลาดที่เรื่องนี้ไอ้ช่วยเราซื้อที่ไหนเนี่ยที่เราอยากที่เราสบายที่เราได้ครับเราทำให้ดูเสียที่เราเต้นเฟรนด์มีความปลอดน้อยคนเราจะดูความปลอดลงค่ะเห็นคนคุยหมดแต่ที่คุณมาดูว่าที่เราพบไปนั้นจีบสื่อตอนพวกข้าอยู่ว่าอามาที่สรุปในหมู่บ้านว่าเป็นอะไรเนี่ยมีไปเนี่ยสร้างเนี่ยสิ่งเนี่ยเนี่ยก็ละเป็นจุดว่าสามารถที่เราพบปัญหาเรามีเราต้องในหมู่บ้านที่กันเนี่ยก็เป็นสิ่งที่ว่าเป็นดังที่พวกopening song at dance one inส่วนน้อยนั่นแหละฉันรักและสาระไปบ้าพายบ้าอยู่จางสร้างสนุกสนานกันเพื่อเดียวสร้างสนุกสนานนะแล้วพอจะมีเรื่องตัวนี้ก็จะทำได้อันนี้ชวนเราไปเชื่อมดูขนาดเต็มบอกที่จีน่า chọn nó lịch trong tên quay chỉ cái điểm này hi những sản phẩm gì đó mà hiện cà phê vàng in phê mà những vàng in sản đó công nghệ tên quay chỉ anh đi thì nó lịch còn rong rọ vậy là cái thời đấy thì họ cái này là gì à cái tàu kim này thì anh mình không còn chi nữa mình đâu tu tê đi mà và nhân và mua sản chi nữa ở đâu thì anh sẽ cái gì đó nó vào here này nhé nghe không mà thấy là cái chọn nó lẻ như này là làm chú một cái anh như thế này cho nó quay là quay ở đây tôi là máy mình là như nó có tôi phòng phải lo ku na mo malpa kan ophian kan pa chuni mer vanami zaina hian malpa yong pulte khao thani ko na kan mo ema ongoi kopin kan zinga lo tella khao thani min malpa ron cha cha tu kan som chia kuman ruwa bola tungtang a hina kan pa kan komania pa na sa dakit ko santen lumal ten an dira ang hiling ko sa sakturin malpa kan dio chia mase thuni se kan pia ang mathuan malpa jero ang mukti ta ni kan sia ang dem lo chia lo pa kan lo kan lo de ma ro de chu pa di pe ang ti kan sia chu ren malpa kan ko me din sai na hian hi kun te kan ne da kun se te kan ne do na và số lượng sang là còn cứ vậy đó vào thêm cô là còn rất lớn cho nên nhưng mà các mấy thủ trả tiền còn thành một cái anh của thành một cái gói số mình tiền chứ anh không tiền của thành một tổ chức mình phải xuôi á những chuyện chỉ là hậu thủ linh ở bài số của ta mình phải đi được chơi amen. The program, the way that we're going to have this program is after I speak with Father Glenn to say about his dad's sickness and how it comes to an end on Friday night at 8:17. So, and after that, we're going to call I'll go one by one after that, and also somewhere along the line, we're going to ask Martin to pray for the family. And I would like to request the government to close the program meeting by religion. And in between that, I'm going to ask anybody want to say a few words on behalf of Vanrotluanga. I know I'd like to give all of you part of it, but as you know, we have some more meetings coming, so I will let you know. Jadi dah yang ini pun tekan nak apa lo masih kan try dah sedih kan sedih wah. Masih tam tak ini, mami tu kan kau itu kau kita kita cakap kita bela kan udah ke masih tu ni tu kan tu bahkan mau menang mami itu ni orang itu kan siapa masih badan kau lain leh ini kau merus kita baik kan mau mah kalau mau tu kita sedih tim kan semua orang nak tu jangan kita kau kan ni lah. Ada lihat soal MSc dan dalam usia yang kita sudah berjalan ini dua kali sampai macam MSc kami jadi kalau ya dan lain itu mestilah kita akan program kita sampai di mana kami fokus sana MSc menengah soal boleh sana masih enjoy dia dan lalu call upon Glenn to tell us about his dad and as much as you can, I'll come to him.
It seems like it was almost yesterday when my dad was in here. Speaking about my mom. My dad's health pretty much declined, started to decline once my mom passed. 6 months later, when she passed, he had a stroke and lost the ability to speak, express himself. Thankfully, physically, he was still able to get around things on his own. July 27th, 4 weeks ago, before that, a few days, my dad wasn't feeling too well. He was a little bit weak. And, one thing with him, he was stubborn, like how we all can be, and we just and he wasn't drinking enough water. We felt that he wasn't drinking enough water, so he may be dehydrated. But Tuesday night he vomited and took him straight to the emergency room. We were there, and they said that he has pneumonia. So we immediately got admitted. We immediately got given antibiotics and was admitted. We were there Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday morning is when early Thursday morning is when he was having trouble breathing, and that's when things start to get a little worse. He vomited blood, and he became unresponsive. So we had to call a rapid response team, revive him, and intubate him. So at that point, his oxygen level was at around 53% from my understanding, for what I remember. So from there, they were treating him for pneumonia and antibiotics, giving him antibiotics, or giving him strong antibiotic. But his condition still wasn't getting any better. Slightly, it will come up. They'll get a little bit better, but sometimes he has some good days and have his bad days. They wanted to do a bronchoscopy on the Saturday, two days later, and they wanted to figure out what else was going on with him. Once they did it, they found out he had this autoimmune disease called vasculitis. What that is it's an infection that attacks your blood vessels, and it attacked his lungs, or his vessels around his lungs. So he was getting treated for that, and he was getting there was procedures which they wanted to perform to clean out his blood, to clean out the blood that's going through his blood vessels. Something similar to dialysis, called plasmapheresis. So what they want to do is take out some antibodies out of the blood, filter it out, and pretty much filter out all the toxins that was in his blood. So that was on Tuesday, and here comes Thursday, a week later, when he was intubated, and here they are extubating him, which is great news. We had hope. It was great news to see, them removing the tube, and that day, that night, he was laughing, he was speaking, he was talking to us, and things were looking positive. He was slightly getting better, but of course he's still fighting pneumonia, and he has vasculitis. And on top of that, he has some other health conditions with his kidneys and with his diabetes. So there are all some other things that's all playing part of this infection. So come Saturday, we saw that he was breathing a little bit heavier. On Sunday, heavier. And come Monday, he was breathing even heavier now, and they had to get a respirator back on him so they could provide him more oxygen. On Monday, late afternoon, early evening, he became unresponsive again, and they had to intubate him again. And really, initially from there is when doctors have told us that once a patient has been intubated twice, the chance of survival is very slim. So we prayed. Uncle Zoe and everyone, and Dickie, Mabiaka, everyone, all of you guys prayed for us, and his condition was improving a little bit, but the doctor said his numbers were getting better, but looking at his numbers and looking at him just didn't match up. So we had a meeting, family meeting among all of us, and the doctor says, hey, we need to know what his wishes are. We need to know what our next steps and our next plan is. So, at this point right now, they're still in the process of doing these procedures called plasmapheresis, and we said, hey, look, you guys said that you want to do 5 procedures, and we said, let's follow through with the 5 procedures. And at that point, we were also asking about dialysis, and I said dialysis is out the question, because at this point his lungs are severely damaged because with the infection, also his kidneys are starting to shut down, and also him being intubated impacts the lungs. When we had that meeting, and here comes Friday, and they wanted to. We had this one last procedure, and are getting good. Are I think getting good? They are good. But again, they throughout all this time they're bumping up the ventilator, and the pressure of the oxygen, the percent of the oxygen is kind of like a seesaw. They're trying to balance it out, and plus with all the the medication that he's on, they have to balance everything out. So he was fighting hard. He was strong. And that same Friday, they wanted to do dialysis, where before they said that we're not going to do dialysis. There's no point. There's no need to do dialysis. So that was the good news too. You guys, we want to do dialysis, and when it was out of the question, they didn't want to do dialysis, but here they are ordering dialysis. So they did 3 sessions of dialysis, and it seemed like it was helping. Have completely shut down. That's why they want to do dialysis. That week, they expected him to decline rapidly. Is what he said. He said, I expected him. One of the doctor said, I expected him to decline rapidly once we had that first family meeting. So he didn't rapidly decline. At that time, he was intubated the second time. That's when we had to figure out what we wanted to do. So he so once we talked to the doctors, they were still giving him dialysis, and they're pulling out fluid, more and more fluid, which was good. Then when they tried to do a 4th session of dialysis, that's when his blood pressure started to drop, and his heart rate started to rise. And also throughout this whole week and a half period, he went to AFib a handful of times as well. So the infection was growing, and they were trying to do everything that they could do. They were trying to treat him with everything that they could think of. They're throwing everything at him. And we had these doctors kept on asking us, what they had no more hope for him, and they really, I really truly trust, what they did, and they did everything that they could do, and the infection just grew and spread so much throughout his lungs, his kidneys, his liver, and also at this point that they didn't really know what his mental status was either. They also went to delirium, and they were thinking that maybe possibly the blood vessels in his brain were infected as well. They want to do an MRI, but they can't do an MRI. He was hanging in there as hard as he could. Doctors, they just didn't think that he was gonna survive this long. And from last night, just kind of, he just couldn't take it anymore. So he fought a hard fight. He's a tough guy, very, very tough guy. It's just so quick, with what just happened with my mom and now my dad. It's a little numbing and a little difficult to absorb right now. But thank you everyone for all your prayers, your love, your support. I don't see you guys every single day or every week, but I know the love is there. And all your prayers are there. Your love, your compassion. And I really, truly appreciate from the bottom of my heart. And the community here is so strong. I know I'm not really around to see everyone. And like Uncle Zoe said, I don't speak Mizo, so sometimes I'm going to be putting my thumb and figure out what you're saying to me. Okay, But I know how strong this community is, and it's awesome. It really is. I thank you, every single one of you who came and visited, who prayed, who brought food, who called me. It was tough. It was hard. But he's resting now, and he'll be resting peacefully with my mom. And as we say with the song we just sang, we all get to heaven. The joyous day will be. So just can't wait till that day to see both of them again.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you very much, Glenn. Tomorrow we're going to ask Willis tomorrow to speak, and also Dickie and Boy will have some time tomorrow to say this perspective. And then at this time, we call Purawa. Puro here, as you know, Puro is one of his best friends. And he was the one who hosted him when he first came to America. And also, I think, he got married from his house, I think. So whenever he comes, Puro will not stop cheering. You can see in his face that he really cares for Vanrotluanga. So I saw him this afternoon, so we can ask Puro to say whatever you want to say in usual, and we fall upon him. And after that, now I'm going to open for 4 people. We palitan ka hong Puro no here in the bete mo. Mas lo kan hong le no. Ka chuan na mo so ngai ngai sia ka tan se no. Ko ya chuan huti na mama. Ya chuan Martina kan te ke no kala ani ka family tan ku kwai to so no ne kan ke ka ko ta ne.
ผู้การโดนเนี่ยอันนี้ว่าผู้การโดนเนี่ยเป็นเรื่องเนี่ยการเรียนเพื่อตัวการเรียนเพื่อสู้นิคมสำเร็จแล้วนี่ตัวจนที่สุดการน้อมดังการจันทร์การนิคมดังที่มันขึ้นนี่ใส่ดอนนี่ละตามเรื่องมันใส่สารเนี่ยส่วนใส่ละหุ่นสู้นี่ว่าใส่ละหุ่นนี่เราสู้บาบินAmazon, kan schrijven. Maar ze hebben kan in net zo special college aan je. Ik kan maar dit net 1960, 1961, 61 in the Shanghai, and it's 62 in the Shanghai. So the country and Mara, Hostel, Hova, Hamasan can soon day, Hamak on the Hokmaya, and he seems out there from a Palania, they heat some pies out there from a Palania. Papa hit Salku, Papa hit Salku, and you were not Papa. Then Au Pakatiro Kumania, Au Pakatiro Kumani Papa. Then Au Pakatero Chuamania, so far so Au Pakateri, Chuamani. Hey, money, me going to Mundo, Takania, Asaka, and being a certain Mundawa. So, been here, take on in. Trong dọc lầu cản mía anh em còn quay cản trong tầm nước của làng lo mà sẽ là anh đi rồi anh em sẽ hàng rừng với nhau anh em sẽ thành cái tế xuân sẽ trong sẽ là những anh em để thấy nhà thì có biên anh em sẽ chia cái này như thế cho anh spice là cho anh vì cái cần tạo mà saya minatnya spice kali ini ya, saya tak pocong kan best friend, hanya kan kakui memang aku berjuang di LinkedIn, dia tahu yang kan kakui, kan saya tahu hebat, itu lekajam kedua bangin United States lam kakau ta Zora makna tahu nahu kanila ba. Maksud cumi mapo cuan spice kan omlai po cuan mirate ve kan dia tira an hot karing lawat cuan tepuan. Ini po mirate mai kan dia an ni po mirate ve kan dia. Kai boy all katan dia tang kai mai jom so kan dia. So yang pokoknya ama po hi cái điểm mà làm trong về chắc cái này spice là khó khăn, để học dễ hơn thì spice khó để chọn cần câu về cũng tin thật lẽ sang về thành đi về họ sang ra mặt về cần câu là spice là cái nòng suy là không cần câu là để chứ baru maram kasih kita bangun baru maram akan kumbi kan van Kau train kan kalah. Vai ramai cuan le kabuzar anu abzor pilai. So anh kan kau cina. Mama kalau cing ni kasih apa itu kalau cina. So dia cuan kan college tepuk kan jauh dulu nak. Kakak don kan ani kasih oleh oma selangin kan kakak don terminal kampungnya. Bombay yang semua kepuasan baik lah, itu yang nak. Karena ini yang terkira, cuan kumrei note, ani puasa kalau kalbea kan ini nak korei kan amhau ya, cetak kan hatap na kan cuan sakbea, kalau ambe lawat tak cuan cetak puasa hunyi mati sunju kan tak boleh lah, dan cho tiền lai cho spice là không dấu cần mà cô về là lệ đi đồ ấy lệ cô đồng cho anh phải đi phan thằng ông mà để cho anh phát cùng 1990 cả hết chiang tại là lâu càng phan em bao nhiêu xe là bao akal masa Paul Pak kan free version cuma elai po kan kanen kau masalah berak tim kan tidur leh tu kat pecu kan hat po ka ubela po ka kan tu na tim masa berarti hospital kan ni haram tak saya ni kat sur dia siapa hospital tangkan akan homa cây ma kha rin ka kala ni kan kal na kan ma kha nan kala ก็ข้างภาคเราจุดมาแช่กินUniversity บริวารการการเรียนมีทางเล็กเบียกินเนี่ยนี่เป็นอะไรเบียกินเบียลเด็กก็มานะการเป็นเบียนเฟรนด์สักคนหนึ่งข้ามีเกียร์ที่มีเกียร์อักเสบพันหลงตัวว่าพันอิเล็กทริกพันข้าพันสุดเอาออกมาอันข้าข้าสุดมาข้าให้เช่นเด็กพกมาเสลังตัวนี้นี่ที่ว่าแค่สองหรอที่มันของข้ากับเขาทำแบบเสร็จละมาเสกันในตัวกันจันเปลี่ยนง่ายนี่เขามีตัวตัวป้อนนี่เสร็จละก็จันเปลี่ยนง่ายนี่ก็เปลี่ยนจันกีบโซเลตาไว้ในบรันด์เทคโนโลยีกับกีบโซเลอันหัวเช่นกันปากก็เล่นจนกระเทือนไปกันคนหนึ่งนี่ไม่หมักก็ติดคบไม่กินจะติดรัวจนกระโหลกบอกการก็เละแค่ละครับอันนี้เขาเราจะติดสีแล้วก็ผู้เป็นละคดีละมาออกมากินผู้เราตัวก็ใจก็นี่ก็เกิดก็เที่ยวก็ช่วยกันส่วนอะไรชอบที่บอกสีแล้วก็หันเรื่องเลยครับหันเลยว่าท่านสื่อสารอันนี้ครับเกี่ยวกับมีแต่ฟังเขาว่าแต่ละฝ่ายนี้อันบริสุทธิ์นั่นตัวเขาไว้สุดจะทำส่วนมันเก่าชุดเดียวนะที่ตั้งมุจามกันเนี่ยก็ยินเช่นเราครับเราก็อย่างนี้ส่วนแต่ส่วนช่วงนี้เนาะพอจังกันนี่นะข้ามอันต้องลดไล่แต่พอข้ามกันนี่นะข้ามมันออกมาไอ้นู่นมันจะเช่นก็จะประมาณจุดมันเราเข้าเสร็จละมันต้องข้ามเข้าแล้วก็ส่วนทีนี้สถานเพลย์จะนับผู้ทั้งเรียนแต่เขาเต้นเนี่ยสู้พอสู้เรื่อยๆกันเต้นกันไปกันจนกันคอนติเนียเสร็จละมันกลุ่มเล็กแค่กันเพลย์ดูนะมาเสร็จอันนี้ข้าไปตลอดเคยพูดอันนี้ก็เพลย์ชุดเพลย์ไปกับวิ่งแล้วก็เพลย์กลุ่มนี้แค่ชุดเพลย์ก็ไปแต่เมื่อนี้ก็ไอ้เนี่ยเราฟังเด็กแล้วก็กลุ่มสังเกตปัญหาเมื่อเรียนดีมากแต่เรียนกันเนี่ยเต็มส่วนเราเด็กแล้วกันมาเสร็จมาไอ้เนี่ยจับเพียงให้มาอันนี้สุดที่ก็มาหน้าเพียงเอ็นที่มาเรียนก็ว่าแค่เราเรียนที่สักกันเนี่ยบอกว่าตั้งใจคุยกันแต่เราเป็นตัวหาจุดแต่มาการจังเนี่ยเรามีทั้งตัดการเรียนใจคุยตู้ถ้าได้ไม่เนี่ยมาจะก็ลองไม้นี่ตอนนี้เขาลองกันเรียนว่าก็จะเป็นโบราณสั่งทำไมนี่จุดมักจะกินเป็นกระติกไปมาเสร็จแล้วปฏิญาณเอามาปฏิญาณกันเนี่ยหุ่นกันน้องดังหุ่นกันเรียกันเหล่าเปียมาเปลี่ยนหุ่นกันเนี่ยที่หุ่นจะกันเนี่ยเพื่อว่าที่อันนี้พอหุ่นไอ้ไอ้เนี่ยเราใช้นักสตาร์นี่พิสูจน์ก็จะเครียดเทียมเรียนเอามาเราชุดที่นั่นมันฮิตเนี่ยช่วงนี้เครียดเทียมกันแต่ที่สุดแล้วเขาไม่แต่ผมก็จะครบไหมเอามาเราช่วยกันเนี่ยต้องกระทรวงการเงินและมีดังช่วงการเงินแต่พอการเรียนเรียนช่วยนึงที่เราว่าป่าที่ปากเดียวช่วยแม่เสียเยอะกันคุณใช้แม่กันมากันเดินลายชวนที่หันส่งเวลเละที่หันส่งเวลแต่พอเห็นการปั่นหิเห็นการเช็ดเด็กเด้อที่ให้ผู้สร้างเนี่ยเดี๋ยวเด็กเสร็จจากกันเราก็ละนี่ครับนี่ก็คุณจะอะไรตัวครับที่เห็นเป็นที่การแข่งกันเนี่ยมาสู้กันสู้ทำไมไม่สู้แข่งกันที่ตักไม่ไม่ไหวสู้ก็สิ่งที่ก็ไม่มาสักการะเนี่ย
เราเนี่ยดาวเรียนมันสอนดีนะผมกันนั่งอ่ะสู้เนี่ยแล้วก็พวกเราเลยผู้บานโลกที่ของนี้พวกก็นั่นจะใช้ลมนั่งที่ภาษาอีกไปของห้างเนี่ยภาษาแค่นี้ที่วันสักที่กาดถึงข้างพวกเราคาดฐานจัดเต็มแล้วจ้ะอันอยู่กาดขั้นหนึ่งขั้นแล้วอยู่ขั้นหนึ่งเก้าปกเสีย อันนี้ขั้นอยู่เนี่ยว่าขั้นไหนแต่นั้นเรา display พวกเสียงหัวคันเพราะเราขั้น50 miles an hour อะคัน78ได้ขั้นตามนี้ถ้าฉันว่าฉันต้องอย่างไรขั้นวันคันตุ่มเราได้ขั้นดาวสองกับขั้นแค่ละขั้นคือฉันเราขั้นกลางฉันไว้แต่ปักโคตรสารมาแค่ก็ละช่วงนี้กลุ่มสองเงี้ยทวนอันทุนแค่ที่มันใส่เราตัวเตี้ยมีการไฟครับเส้นว่าพระสางนั้นสวยๆไม่ได้เลยครับบัวมันจะได้งั้นจะสลิดเชื่อมหน่อยช่วยThe story was that the Mr. Raw used to drive car pretty fast, so they went for a hunting to do it. So one night they went too quick and they were not supposed to kill another deer, they killed one. So they got fined and then a lot of other violations they had. So they set up to tell everybody, but after about 10-15 years, one of them wrote a book. So in that book he mentioned that they were fined $700 each. So that's how they closed the art. Oleh, di palitan, ini nilai lagi ni cuma ini dia cuma ini kata cuma ini. Masih ingat pun cantik tu cuma tu masih lah pun lagi ni ham itu macam cuma lagi saya tulis di pot cuma tu itu kalau saya nak pun tak homa. Cuma cuma ini pihu di kan semua pihu di semua macam mana saya. Okay. Kalau cuma lagi cuma belum mengac. 所以เราดำไปนะเดี๋ยวคอมพิวเตอร์บางอย่างต่อสิ่งที่ตัวเรามาเชื่อมกันเจอจริงๆเองที่มันเชื่อจริงๆว่าตรงหัวผู้ชาเกมอนั่งไปที่สักการ์หมดทุกคน所以เราก็เลยที่มันเช็คการเรียนเรื่องตัวนี้ช่วยครับผมเวลา Facebook อ่ะให้เราน้องมันดูเสร็จมันติดสักก็ Facebook อ่ะใน Zoom เลยก็ใช่แล้วส่วนงานอุซิกตัวช่วยดูช่วยตัวนี้ช่วยดูจิ้วคุณก็มันมาเฮียพอเลยช่วยดูเนี่ยไงแต่บางทีเราซ้อนไม่ได้
First of all, there's so many things to say tonight, but I would like to say to start in two topics. I would like to say thank you to all of you here tonight on behalf of our families who are here and who are far away from us, both from Ko's side and Vanrotluanga's side. And I'm very proud of this evening tonight. I just want to say that when I first came here, he was 6 years old. Now that to me, he's still my baby nephew. So, and tonight, I just want to thank God for him being very strong and steadfast, being on his side to support him. I'd like to thank every one of you who are here tonight, who support us and pray for Vanrotluanga for all these months, and especially this trying almost 3 weeks when he was in the hospital. And for all of you who pray and who visited him many, many times. And we cannot repay you for all the things you have did for our family. Please continue praying for us, especially Willis and Glenn, they need your prayer in a special way. So I request all of you to continue praying for the family. Funerals, so it's going to be very hard. So please remember us in your prayers. Sali na yan katusay kaya ulo drama machine to kandang yang down kita sa maila ko sa liboran huwa hitimaya William Santori kalau ko yan kalau daw ay sama afatihi kung matal te alagang buhay niya ti kalau basic niya kasi ang tulo may nishinte kabila tantang sito te persyo sa ninangyan in sabaya tungahan ng tukaran so ito abit takin usaban na rin sito na in na at yung one pile magtili sila na kami feel sente metro martina ang pokong mga puro ko ang pa siya in sakwa apay lang mase kanula ka passion na nilaw tihi kan sangay lang aping yan kan ko ay law ka utiin kan ko kay pito piyang masaber nila ilang kausang hitil ang kima aming kan siya masabe kan hitil ang kima yan lekabu kan Japon pastor sa kung fate kan diin law sang lian ni le manong trauma tin kahing in adoption ni so tanin我装好了，咱们去装呢，个茶叶往外嘛，努力把你老妈跟你阿妈咪，个屋你嘛是我装的，个努力个把你咱们来对老妈咪，把你跟你，跟屋老人跟你，大个房咪，可是你看，宝贝你说能看，feeling 个嘞。Ting ko sang yu o tag leming kini pasal na ito te kanya insyonat ranin aron boy pui hibu chin la ila pandemic in nang boksi wangin kanleng ngam lawa ki asma nei koloni boksya respiratory problem design ngam leng chok ngam lawa ama hi rei tak mudu mai la kan ba leng ngam lawa in anila alo phim không về bố ông lộ về lệ cần chịu thì lộ để bởi in uro klang yi ông chứ là để bởi để u nào hi sẽ là cần zoom pin này là cần sấy lúc đủ chân tu cần nào cái thằng sang lệ trần lệ lu ma mi hi in kong này em mình nè lu ma mi ai rồi là cần suy tế ina ông chuyện mà chắc thì xử lý mình xử lý lao động không chuyện ta xong cái nào cũng nên anh in công ta anh in không chuyện cần đi học cần nhiều lại các bài in anh xin lâu phát cái gì hàng đủ mà đi anh phát gì hàng ông này còn đủ nào gì tới ông ấy nè ông ta là vì sao này rồi thân là chuyện in công vậy cả cái tế chuyện chuyện là ya sebab dia in công bằng hết rồi này usai na kimihan anh thảo nó chuyện này chúng ta cho nên người mà America làm bảo đó ha, các bạn in các usaha này ở trong đó là các thứ đó, hay các phát sinh lộn người mà người làm sụp đó là in ngã cái in lòng nào ông tất in lộn con đó là cái in ăn uống nào ăn phở em là bạn in các u thì hi u ông tất in bỏ nó thì sinh ra bụi ăn trên ăn xuống quả rong rong thì ăn đủ đấy u nào cái rong rong này nha thì bây giờ in làm mà mình có sao tạo sao đó mà biang hồn ăn chơi ăn còn ông cha này chứ bản thân thế với hàng các tỷ ai giống xong như tại hàng đầu cho này như em còn lo ngoài hàng cần xuống quậy lắm thức rồi sẽ nữa cần rules dấu sen ấy con lâu hắn dàn tích hàng lọc tích hàng vật thâu lâu sen rồi con khác đừng gọi in khinh tổ rộng em hốt vậy thế cần ngày tổ tin như giờ là khăn mà ngày tu tin năng mà đi khai in ngày rồi từ đây cần mày kan in khung ngan ni zong sang kan shu chu kha kan in thafung wang khan lên nó rồi bị được rồi từ mấy lần thì sinh sống cùng nhau các cần đầu tối không á uru klang khan bị pa ni mà se Bible tham thua Dorcas i Adam Naya nirethite ngilneite atan kui thina athia anron traliam lem khan ni soi khan kate khina uru klang khan nirethite atan kui thin ole amangai te khan akhumbula akete akutte achalte zuin in chop tiam bema kan chop tiam ka uru klang khan enton klak ikati Kamil day na kun sa bayan sir tur khan kakakaruro khan aron lang lang may mani kau khan uro klang hi at ling lo ting ko sa le uro klang khan they were made for each other but they were such a beautiful couple and they were made for each other Pastor Fateh kan mina na taka kan zirtir na te kan lo dong shilo na te chiar kan niya kan van niya tu churam se terlok zani na han mon pui tu sai ai ko sai du ni laving ini nu fahi kan in konek em ba kan tharawa mon pui hi anu ne pa hi ka pa in de te nya ai ni te pon te ko be in Hetia pastor ke lo ni kalau zan ina ko ute innya ya le kasiren ron chuka an sapa alo tang ve a zan ina ya ko uro klang hun nong bera tu sai tora heta o mi kalau ema tin thua sai dong po yan kalau thut ve chin yan anu le pate na ma se anu le pate tai ko o ve de uro yan ke in su china kalau em ani I koviani arinon to lo shilo te kan feeling atlan fan pindo daka zanina local kom zong zong te hian uro klang hi sonin ngai mai la hun no nga sunday lo te lo thung dong le hun har sa te kan tlan sia ta tu shel na ten adai lo chon lo pan ami amai te tam amut thil te dom te kan sia ra chu chang zanina han in he mamuti còn sẽ tự đuổi nè từ hoàng cho nên cần ngay cần xuống trong nhà lớp bao ngày này giờ đi nào nha những cái già tu lệ giờ đi nào nha hay bị hệ in xuống hay giờ này bắt tiền khá là uy đến lâu nha cần lâu có không thì có lão vậy nè cần giờ vay nha hết thì này nha những lần thì hợp lệ sẽ năng lệ cái giờ đi nào có hộ có học thì mấy thầy cái này mà cái dần tốt đấy anh thấy tao em nói bỏ ra nên lấy bài cần còn này con uro klang hi aliam ta kan tia nang le ki poi kan liam thi ni to an chang uro klang ang mingiru na ya I amat the ang to ka lol pa rong abol khan en tun tlak ta tia ko sa ta ka en tot tlak ta tia en dam song ni khan an thil ti cha te thil cha an ti cha kha tikimin ka share ni ka ko em a ro pui ka ti bo ka ni an nun ti lam tu ber so an inami so rong I chinte Imang ang jan pui te korhak tur nei lo te so ai tur nei lo po taka din trong ha chua te te ka an ma ne nun hin na ania khovel thil material thil te hi te aral le ve dona khovel le han kan peng rei lo te kan dan ama satwa na khiwa na ma kan mun ki kan look for the base na long om hian kan in nen fo ni tu la sa ni na po hian thro pui tak mon pui nen ta ni kan ngai thak ko yung patong tai sa ke po tu na ka tu sai lai mai ka tu sai lai me ken tu ho mai ro sai za ni han ko du lo lom tu in zawai chung a hen sai ka du pa ka mishing ka lom po ka pathia na ka lom po ka ni pathian ma ai na del lo se za ni han without the love of God we will not gather here tonight. It's the love of God that brought us together. So let the love of God continue to grow in our heart till we get to that heaven where we will live eternally. Eternally, to what? Zatwan, ti hi oy moy hi ka tilut to ka. Abandam Bible hi ka nan tiara. Tu pon bung som hi pa chang di yan. lung ngày tiêu ông to lâu na nát tiêu ông to lâu na sợ ông tiêu ông to lâu na thì nó ông to lâu na ấy tôi là căn bản nó thì cái gì để chuyện đó hey thì sao hiện khá là hiện the spirit is ready but sometimes the flesh is not ready hey spiritually kan lo piang thang ta wan nan kai ang ko to kan lo ingai ta ma se kan flesh kan ingai thina kan in tra ngoi ta kan sum kan han dam lo te han lazaro hun lai te ka pangai pe van de hi ka te lazaro kan ma thi ko na te ko ma he lazaro ka thi ta iswa an ko nge ma chanan tang tan sa ko ran uno pa han kai to sa ko ote kan ni kan nu le ka pa thi te ka ma se kha iswa bo kan kha ang chia kan thi to te hi min la kai tho don ti te ko te hin chen ko ro klong la just like Lazarus was given back the life. One day, God will wake up mom and dad again. So we're going to see them again in heaven. And it's going to be a place where there's no more death. Not only that, we're going to all live together eternally. Isn't that such a wonderful promise? Araw po higit and may vandang kan kanyo sa to kan nang taturi. So kimo na kan sing na ito lang sa ina ko ko bore te he in hi khor ina alo chang le ta khor len khor ma thu ta sai fo te hi shom ka ti van ma chal oi khor li in len khor ti um to lo awan nom dam em la kan sak te kha moi lu tu za in te kha in ori te kha moi ka ti wanan kan chan chan kha ai moi khan kan ba zai dom len ha lo oi nom dom tu on te tam hiam nan ka mu te han cô sang lễ rốt long cả ngày em thì có thể phân biệt tùy rốt là in dập ai hen in trong ai hen amal te tin làm thu hiệp anh say chứ run shil mol mal chứ có được thì ta in local com hi kan long tak me kan family ai on hen helai in ese kan family ai on ni boka in garam da zon tong le ba kan family ai long thu có say mol được boka na tu zana te tu zana te local le ma thì lòng thu cái sự rồi tận ngày em chú điện với hen thì những em mà thì mình suy nghĩ cái intent thì rồi thì cần cái mà sẽ cần không hen em lúc còn không hen mình em mà nè mà này có cái cũng có regret còn có in chung mình local mà anh kia thì anh lo em chuyện kan jadi này hen tu tengah local long thì kalau tên xin akan pon thì kalau chuyện về là cha thì kalau đó in zawai chung anh jadi này kalau em mà đâm đầu in ở lột long lột thì lột in phát phong tất cả in ông ta in trong cái người lột rèn rèn này tụi nó chẳng đang bị lại nha còn thì hạt sa anh lo mang được nó suy tư lên về nó chúng ông sai từng chút thêm cho mà xe in zawai chung lòng thu có sử dụng bao nhiêu có tiền chung lòng thu có sử dụng bao nhiêu zawai rồi in lỡ bay phát in chơi ngoài là khi muốn thiên lạc tu lên cần zawai cần mình in có sử dụng mất tiền rất là không có được phải đấy
lo ne soi tu nga ti ka sia so the chan ve ve po so mai thei ma se kun limit kan ni sia so ma so ni hunna ta kan ro le me nga sapan ke thung ni nam thona ta khan toi te ke tam ta ka se ma se toi te ron soi kan soi lo ko ma bắt lòng Washington tại cái xe nào cái tỷ trên và thiên thủ thì sẽ về đua rồi mà xe anh hùng số bùi áo ring ấy em mà anh chị à sẽ cảm tưởng cái kia ta sử dụng này và thiên thủ thì sẽ về sao mà sử dụng qua hay mà hay sử dụng sẽ thêm một cái tập và thêm cái bao nhiêu mà thế phải làm phá cũng sẽ thêm nó tụi bạn mà ăn mình hiện là hay là mình chân tui ngay ome hay là mà hiện chút tiền khát tiền chút để khai zin lai xịt bể thề rồi ome tí lệ kia là bể khẩu thề đâu đấy anh nói bạn bể bên cho bạn bể bên gì bây giờ mi chân coi hiện anh nói làm con gì đi ngoài đâu đấy này mà làm anh đi xí rồi sáu con thì là con cái tiền cái tiền này chỗ mình khát tiền đi khai này vàng hiện hay lai bị dâu chấm tập tele North East India khá sĩ tế một gà lô tế một đối mà lâm cho nó có tế qua một ama tan pui lo le ama ron cross to he mi te nu pa ron cross to tan pui du lo ma se te chen pe tho ki te mi chu ani au ma te nu pa hi chu an I amin pathian nun hi an ma ni tong kam le che zia lang vak thi na ma se an nun he na se chwa thi na wangin aro pui ka ti e ma ta kan se so lo kan ye tu na ma tu ma te na kan so ma sum ka tan tong tai turin wa pure men toi te ka se du te ko ham na kan ti lo ma se kan parliament ya chu
the tin kan sei tu ron au ring a tin du lo van ro ti nin sei ka do jing tong tra men ami sa lo re na om to dom lo ti ka se hen ko cha ka khom le ya ana chung kan do ina ma hi jing tong kai ron te thu ka wa ko cha me ma ni a chu thia a hi na ron thu ti khan ami sa lo ni ya chu kan sei do tin anun ko nga itina hen sei to o to ai ma ti te ma ti te pastor mon sang thu ron din chen chen ma ni hi am chung kan ti kan thatwa an ma ni lo poi philippine le khazet te ko kham an pe to me ni he anuna kan zir tu nin ka hia america ram ro ku ya pathian min khoi thanga sum kan siam adong tu nia ni tum lo vila mi rong bol tur kan ser chok thini hi chana zerlai zirang tin kan som de an zerlai a thil ni straight an hen reality checking ni ka hia ni na hen aktakina nun ku pathian ku pi ta ma tho sei kum lo ma se Australia nan mas anuna mu thein chira atu chwa kan he min nun hi zain a hen lo ka tu hen America ma pathian khong le zan kan thing tha van ro thil tian kan ti thini tin zain a hen anuna zirla ya zan zero tin kan som boni tin pathan le na chon he Mizo Society of America a chen ni fana hen chair kan ye tu na hen Mizo Society of America man lo la dan sina pura wan ro se khami lo po khiat tam tak ni e pa wan ro chen chin hi society lo boy puina sal zia le an mani lo kai koina za lo dum lo mu thoi ti te tin he chen ni fan te kan han deng lo wa kan branch president pu sei ku ko ka ba bia e pui takin kan ti don pang par ne na khanin kan ti don ani pui takin na ti a phu ani wan ro hian ni Mizoram Prime Minister mo department health chang lo kala he in han lo hi bel turan nei lo reng reng chu tiang ko khotla nga mo li kho reng reng ta pa per chana changa chu tiang chola in lum ni a offer kinani sum le pai sen atula aseng je kan chang ro hui to USA Mizo to hian chu ban Mizo Society of America point kan ui ni ti kha jana soi do ba anh nênเป็นสิ่งไรสิ่งเราเขาเวลากันตั้งไปโดนเราเราจะมีแต่ตามมาสมกันในเทนิคบาลระหว่างนี้ถูกไหมนี่เสียตลอดเลยเอ็งพูดชุดตาสุดเราเทนันชนิดมันดีหุ่นจังเปลี่ยนถูกไหมอ๋อแค่นี้
Much of a speaker, but I just cannot sit down and not say anything. I'm very emotional nowadays. As all of you know, as all of you have been blessed by this family, our family also has been blessed. We stayed when we first came to the U.S. My dad stayed with uncle when he was still single, and then later on, we also when my sister and I came, and my dad came again after my mother died. My mother was sick in their house, and they did all they could. So we have a long history. Even before that, in Spice, I've known uncle since I was 6 years old, that I can remember. So I'm going to try to make it short. So we we lived with them, and I used to babysit Sena. And at some point he would call me Nene. And I think it's because maybe I punished him once. He would cry a lot when his mom would go to work, and I would, try to keep him from crying. Once he actually ran into the road and the car almost hit him. I remember. I'm sure you don't remember that. And then I just wanted to say that Uncle Van at some point was my special uncle. He would, I would say he would listen to me when we talked about the society or did anything. He would ask me, and with the programs, and we were very close, and we did a lot of stuff together with my dad, of course. And but as I grew up and more, and I worked, we saw a little less of each other. And then at some point, Pasanglina took over that role, I think, of special friend. So towards when I was a little older, we didn't do things together all the time. But anyway, I just wanted to say that, as everyone said, they've been such a blessing to us, our particular family, from my mother's illness and until now. And Willis used to be able to sing when he was 3 years old, I think. And he would sing, and we had recordings of that. And Willis and Sen would have pillowcases and act out the James Bond movies. I never remember. So we all had a good time when they were young. And so I'd like to say thank you to their family, and as many other families, we benefited from their generosity and their love and their hospitality throughout the years. And that's what I want to say for now. I hope that maybe another time I can say more. Thank you.
Alatina, Pumatina Somina, Pumatina Tongtai, or here and family Tanania, Temino, Studio, look at his one, South Fondroda, the Villa, Chuan to me, Chuan on Dede, Tian Patumin, Sapnami Dona, special song, to his Chuan in Pasamosa and Somoma, and you can contemplate.
I can share trong try mine become excited they are permission to let out of state that can live on can see then to mine Marichang share the wa Mataya Bung Sum Di Panga Chang Sing Thong Pali Tangkhan can share English in the Siamenga English of him local on learning Kasalawa. Then the king say to those on his right hand, "Come, you blessed of my father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, you gave me food. I was thirsty, you gave me drink. I was a stranger, you took me in. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me." Then the righteous will answer him, saying, "Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you drink? Then when did we see you a stranger and take you in, or naked and clothe you? Or when did we see you sick or in prison and come to you?" And the king will answer and say to them, "Surely I say to you, inasmuch as you did to one of the least of these brethren, you did it to me. Patuang ale, usangi, pero na ito yan, patiyan mo na. Kasi suwak chen, kapayan min bawal san maa, musin maa pangami na ganin, bawal na. Masaya, katiyan kapaan iziya, katiyan pituin, pa, mga ito, musin ito niyo, kung siyang sana, kapag napiya, nilpaya. Andrews University kasi line pa nilpaya, tuko na sa Korea. Kami yung talakhan, ani po abura la. Then, Bahamas sa missionary volunteer kasi line, kakatho line, kumbi katho sa tukan. Kahong idon nga, kung nga kakalangi kayo nito, like kan Amerika ram hirong ka kung alam ni Irakson katilay kan Vanrotluanga dan misangi kanit wang ya mase luamin ka na misangi katila kahan kontaka chuanin Vanrotluanga chuanin kalau pian sa diin pesa koleng ma kanila mase abul kalau tumsam nga irul lepo ito chuan man chuan mase ito angin itu huna mình dùng để đón thì cho nên để thu hi cứ mang thế nào cái soi rồi cái chuyện ba muốn sang nên là bác cái chuyện đó và rồi cho nên cái điều sang ipo aron mem đâu nhỉ các cho nên bố là to vangin cái soi thì tu ra cái ngay tu là hiền cho nên tí ra kasi matu ang kanin sum kanin lawa masel ng pagkisa yan eman deposit turo kanin lawa ng kuya chuanin fee kalog sang box ya theologies na angin timayang 50% off ka on box lawa software engineering chuanin full contact na ya suntan ano yung big box sila na chuanin semester ni tumvel chu ama le tima chau khriat puin ni chuanin ama chuanin hei nang ma le tima in kar ni a manang inan shelem lo ni a chuanin kathianin an khongai na sahara na som ni bura tima ino ni lovin khalai chuanin kan nu ni kan le nei lawa kan nu ro su ma tu ne lam kan sangin sponsorship zeting là hiện dipang ngay về angin anh mong muốn theo từng kia từng xung quanh của anh ta nói thế anh xung qua anh tôi hiện thì tôi nói tôi chỉ tạm khang và thiên hơn này rồi vẫn phải tự nhé chuang anh xung qua mà trồng trái nó các món gì cái lòng tắc rất ta cũng là cũng hoa rồi sẽ ta có tại anh khoan thì mình lòng tắc rất ta lại lộc cái thì mong ngày nay tin cái gì cần tất kia cần xung qua thế à dấu ông tan cho nên mình dấu đi hồi gì thì lại hình thành cả những cái chuyện là số là Sina purawan haram sama kanin aman ini aman yang kimat manusia aman yang kimat manusia itu lalu panen kimat manusia kita Tuhan sungguh tanggihan manusia kita kerugian orang mulut sebenarnya memang lalu panen manusia ini kita tangan inasi tangan Philippines atau pun sana zilai an Malaysia po ni daw po Philippines siya daw kung kapito Papua New Guinea Andrews University zilai kachian pa kachung kwa kimen Papua New Guinea tangin General Conference mang turing ang kalu kaya จวนอันตูนในขั้นดุเสียจวนอันนั้นตาจะเป็นการรักสุขีลายเห็นจีซีตั้งเราเขาอันเราทิ้งหุ่นเอ็มเมียทีนี้จะเป็นที่สุดบางครั้งก็จะหลังทิ้งไม่เนี่ยกันที่เสียอันนี้จวนเลเวอโอ้ลายเรียกเรียกส่วนบางครั้งอันเรียกดูไม่ถ้ามีไม่พอแล้ววิ่งอันเมื่อเชื่อพอเราคัสเราหนุ่มกันแล้วอะไรก็บางครั้งอันเราที่เราดูไม่เวลาหุ่นกำลังโจเลยนะสเตทดังจังที่ชวนกันอินกับที่ตัวที่กำลังกันแล้วเราหัวป่วยตัวตักตัวนั้นก็มีเรื่องลุงเลี้ยงเยี่ยมหลอกนี่ตัวเดียวอามาเราชื่อเป็นผู้เชี่ยวชาญเราปากันเนี่ยกันตั้งหุ่นจะจอกเสียงเราเห็นอมเล็กก็เฮ้เลยที่กันอมให้มาตัวนึงเราว่ากันทราเวลกันมันเป็นจินนะไม่นี่จุดบางช่วงนี้อันนี้เรากันทำแค่ตัวเองกันตั้งเชื่อเห็นมาเสียงซึ่งมีกันทำเชื่อเห็นตัวเองเป็นวัวเสียละวันนี้เที่ยงนี้ไม่เหมือนเป็นแบบเสียการสารคันวันรำจังจินกันเสียนี่วันรำจังจินเราคุยเสียแต่กัดสักตัวละกันเล่นได้ตัวแต่เที่ยวจะฟังกันไอ้ด้านตัวแต่มิชินนะในตัวนั้นอินอัศวินภาคเราสิแต่สิระถ้ามีกันสิระภาคในตัวชัวร์ถ้ามีแค่ชัดที่ตัวนี้สมัยเพื่อนเป็นบัวเสียแค่วันเดียวที่ก็ต้องจ่ายไม่ผมบอกแล้วกันนี่เลยประเทศภาคที่เราคุยกันจุลินกระกันประเทศในตัววันนี้สมัยยันแล้วป่าอีกป่ากันป่าเชี่ยวเขาเป็นองค์ก็ทำอีกตานะเฮลีอดัมสูนะเราทบกับจุลป่ากันสามตาดินกันเชี่ยวยันแล้วป่ากันไปดูที่ป่าละกันไงวันเอ็มะแล้วป่าให้งาเห็นแล้วป่านั่งจุกันเต็มเราอาจารย์จุลป่าเฮลีพอรินนั่นแหละรีพอร์ตนั่นแหละจอดนั่นไม่ยันนี่ฟังยินโปรดทวงชวนเทโต้เป็นฝ่ายมาเสียนักชวนอันนั้นที่เละหาจุดเรื่องอิติโซลวันนี้ได้ป่ะนักชวนน้าปวดต่อเลยนี่ได้ป่ะอันนี้นักชวนก็อีกไม่ละใจก็ต้องช่วยกันลงทุนกันช่วยสักใจพวกไอ้ตะกี้เป็นนี่แล้วต้องเตะอีตาน่ะอินโวสุดเป็นเป็นละเราทวงอันที่ชอบแบบอีสานนั้นมูป่าเหตุสุ่มเป็นที่ชอบที่จ้องสักเตะอัชลายอภิยามจงป่าและไอ้ตัวจักรเป็นนะอีส่วนนั้นป่าบิดังตัวนี้ป่านั้นมันสมนะป่านี้ป่าอีส่วนนี้จุดที่เราเห็นที่สุ่มสมเสียที่ตัวนี้เป็นเสียเฮ้ยนี่นั่นก็ที่คุณหันขโมยนะที่วันที่เกิดเหตุนี้ที่วันที่เรื่องเอลป่าเซนเตตัวเล็กที่ป่าที่ป่าบีที่ป่าที่บีนะอันหุ่นกัลเซ่ที่ว่าเอลป่าzona tam takan mayam marse nang julal pa an chan na ni nang julal pa hima nge tan ko pa ko tua chua indian khan nang julal pa direct takin an ta jami ze che lai lo ka zong sa te ni indian khan ki to in he thi na le van do ina kan to chang kya kan ru ru siam choi to win minong puya min ka phase to ni so ke sa ni kan di che amen
นี่เตะเอาเตะเล็กเงินมีดังฟ้าตอนนี้เงินดังใจจุดข้าเราซ้อมไม่ละก็เลยไม่ได้หวังเตะเนี่ย
mọi lưu đủ tên là nhưng ta có tuần không tâm trạng hơn tuổi hi ông hỏi của ông tập sẽ tuần tập ra học về hi nó lý số nó đi class lấy số này khan sen lấy class là vào ông số này ha họ sẽ đi dùng giờ đó đó cái thiên cần này họ tu tập sẽ tăng này tonight actually since I view myself part of family, I was expecting to speak someone else to be among the audience. But I'll start with a few words in English, then I'll end with I'll end in English. Mizo. You know, in the proverb, we read that the best inheritance the children can get from their parents is reputation, not the wealth, fame, or even the houses. I think Glenn and Willis will got that inheritance. As we have heard from even tonight, including my family and some of our friends. We received many blessings from your parents, and I think that blessing is going to bounce back even to brother Willis and yourself. And we're going to stand beside you, so be strong in the Lord. And God is going to be there with you. When Lazarus was really sick, they called for emergency, but not to the hospital, but they called for Jesus. This is the message they sent to Jesus. Lord, the one whom you love is sick. That is the message they sent to Jesus. The one you love is sick. Because you can be loved by Jesus. You can be loved by maker of all things. But yet you can get sick. Even you can face death. It doesn't mean that Jesus doesn't love you. Because God is love. We're not going to understand what is happening even now. But this saddest part is going to turn into the greatest joy when Jesus comes. When we read Revelation, Apostle John, beloved John, was alone in Patmos Island. He was facing persecution, and he was the youngest among the disciples, and all his friends already passed away. He was alone in that island, lonely island. But in that lonely island, he met Jesus. And Jesus comforted him. Do not be afraid. I am the Alpha and Omega. And he continued like this. I am he who lives and was dead, but now I live forevermore. Amen. Amen. And he ended that with this sentence. I have the keys of Hades and the keys of death. You may have the most expensive house, and you may have that key, and you may have the keys of the most expensive car, but that could never open the tomb. But since we have Jesus, we can have the hope of glory. So tonight, we need to reflect what God has done through Uncle Grant. So, Santa and Grant, you got the best inheritance, and you're going to be blessed by God, and you're going to be blessed by the community. And from myself, I would like to say to you that I'm here as your elder brother. And not only me, you have many elder brothers and sisters. And I think we can say even younger. So you're not alone, and you have Jesus. We are going to continue to pray for you. And when Jesus comes, because of Jesus, we are going to shout out loud, "Oh death, where is your sting? Oh Hades, where is your victory?" That is the shouting. We're going to shout out loudly. So at this time, even though we have many medical professional doctor and nurses, the best doctor and nurses, but we cannot shout that victory. But this is almost common, and we're going to shout that song very soon. When God made man, He never made to die. The only time we see the recorded Jesus' wife is in the Gospel. We find that when we read the book of Hebrew, Jesus wept even in the Garden of Eden, and He also wept over Jerusalem. But Jesus wept once in His friend's funeral. That is Lazarus. Why did Jesus weep? He was about to resurrect him, but Jesus was weeping. Why he was weeping? The reason was, in the spirit of prophecy, we can see very clearly. Jesus looked back from the time sin entered into this world, from the time of Abel, and up to this time, even farther in the future. He can see very clearly the consequences of sin, death and sorrow, pain. That consequence of sin is going to bring. So I would like to mention that tonight. Jesus, the one who loved us so much, who died for us, He was already weeping at that time, even for tonight. So we can have comfort. Jesus loves us so much, and when He comes, we're going to meet our parents, those who were dying in Jesus Christ. That even the best doctor and nurses, even the best hospital cannot provide. So we need to praise the name of Jesus tonight. And I really miss your parents. Now they're gone. But I would like to say that you still have many parents and many support from the community here itself. And we're going to stand, as I already mentioned, stand beside you. Let me do to很轻松，这很轻松，对吧？Betul ba? Tenan hian tu bin jing kan thawa. En tiare ne kaloi mel flip tok te khan. Kalin mel flip tok puna kha. Kalau la ri te chim lo wa kum som pa tha zen jong chau na. An hun hung an man tok na ma. An man ni la kalau te mau som na du sak na mai na zia zil thei tu te ni ma atta ka dong tu te sian kom ve hi kalom ta se ta me jo ma anan ho ko in kanung le pa ten plo an lo sei ve thina chu hei kho pa dang in le ku ani ku chu kan fa pa ni ti ten an lo se hi fin lo fa hi min nei che wa hei ma bi ka te martin ka le mi dang ko ro men som ve thei lo che wa thì nó anh mà đi chọn nào rồi thì hiện chọn điều này anh đầm lại rồi ở chợ khóc mày và lấy ra cái mà đi lúc khai nên cái này như này hiện car khát rất mày car ông thấy mất mày cái này revival meeting cái này mày không mìnhดูsắc tu thế chơi sống nó tí mà còn câu cua lắm bật luôn à cái đồng cầu về sẽ là ngay tận tia đi nơi dài thế các quốc gia mà tây là thế còn có câu cua lắm bật luôn ở bầu khác ít tuy hiểu gì lên cái gì à còn sau đó lúc thế là thế cứ mà lên thế cho tới tận nó lâu bưởi lại bị đông có làm việc thì làm sao có tiền nó làm cái là khác còn hôn nó ber man thei hun thani lo na ni ti kha ke pon ka chu thak chi abi ma alo va lu em amaro chu ka hil tu poi mo tan chu pon na chu ka hil pathian in ka tiang hun thani pe kha ta lom tak sit sak USA kalau ketum ngai lo wa mo mang lama tranga USA kalau ha na ka tiang arong tau chau ka ya USA yan visa pathumin karam luta masabela tourist visa health training karam luta adult student visa kha patlo maten upai na min boi pui ni a khala khanin visa kha voi thum na karam plang chawa a toy jong kan sei mai ga hona ko bi ki na ko sei to a voi thum na tu ra khanin patlo hen na sata ki manam tura I dil le lo chuarin karilu nom thela kathin long karilu matta thani bi jamo he ke talai khan min du sak zia kha achiang hain ka phia chuan ke pe chong ka chang fi kha phota toy jongin ma se ke ko kha karilu ro ka mo mang lama te vi dil le tu ra mi ram tu rong wang kan dil le chu wangin mi te angin va thiam lo mai la tu na doctor of ministry degree ka le te thela chan he an man ni le sang ni le patlo te phang liu hi an ni ya abu ber pathian ni kan ti mek lai so wangin patiang ama ke man ni ko vela lo om khera ni ko kan future generation jong jong ngong vek thopa du sak na an hun top lam kha kum som ero thla seu kai na phi khalaya an man ni kal kan mal som na kan dang hi paro puya Misali po ati doon na ya balay klak takin hon mo na hon kan na ya nu fa ngay nan kan dia fangin ami jet lang jet cheng sia pejon thiu adik lo ne ka hiat chu ka hau bam min mangai dan ka mo fangin ke pon mangai na ka thin no ong ya yang khan kan lo in do to na kana ning khak chang om ma se min ngai na re chu ma chu cái bột lăng ta có sợi chi cái này bột lăng ta có sợi chi nha ha ha cái này mất sợi ta cái này chu hoàn cần lưu đủ có cần bột lăng riêng được rồi cái bột này sẽ tu nó lâu ta lo pha anh mà đi drama kan zir suara kui tak su sum hi nei tam le tlem ni lo midang ta na mal som na kan di thayang kan thei ang chin kan ti kha pathian in mal som mai thu an ni pon thil kam ta kan ti nak thai lo ma se an willingness an ma ni na pathian in nga chu midang ta na that na len chon du na lai ta kha pathian in mal som na mai he tiang hi cấm đi về trước ông quay một em tiểu hi giờ nên là hiam các thiên lo làm học nó sắp về mấy chứ vừa nhiên tức là hiam nó đi xuống lòng câu đồ đó na bắt thiên đàn bộ trên nó phải cần bay từ trên chiang tới cái là xoay ha thì nó cũng thấy là đàn bộ trên nó phẳng in xuống mình chút thì nó đi rất là phẳng in tức là hiam chân trên thật chân về có vẻ là cái là chân trên thật luôn kính buông từ hiam từ na bắt luôn à các sản điểm mẹ của là hiam du khăn đó cái có xiêm thar về lại tôi kia là cái bộ cái man đã truyền ram nuôi cái này làm thar về có về thì nó chăm chín tracking bay buồn cho đi xuôi cần thơ để thi đó cần tác sai chú art thì là pha cần chú mà hiện khá rau thiêng lim lệ phèn trào mà chú van cái tụi này hết tác sai xiêm thật thế này lòng tì có về thì nó chăm chín tracking bay buồn cho này mà sẽ cần bay buồn na everlasting gospel trong trên tháp quân là chứ hết số tác sa ngày hi lâu ý số cái đầu tiên đem ông pui nam mang in nè na à chẳng thì ở đây đi khá rong bu đây ta cần hụt chỗ này we can be more than conqueror đi khá cần hụt này chứ hoàng chuan nè tu ai rồi pui tu đến bắt điên in hết số tác sa ngày hi ram transform còn xiêm đắng làm tu mà cho mi tu sơn bắt điên thảo thiên đến cần mà mỏ ai cục ta hậu kha nan rin đàn chuan mi khringan thì hiền cái mà nia hiền anh một thiếu nung rau chuộc từ rong kha nan rin ka ta chu wangin mami ten siam ma kha mi ti rong kha troi thela nan siam chu kha thiếu nung kan tak sa tama chu kha na tina ron lu le khan be se chú chú ai cũng ta nua Greek hậu khan khang rin đàn ông chun xong Greek hậu nua Rome lâu ram ron khen Rome hậu ron chun xong lẹ chú Rome lâu ram ina ron chun xong chú Christianity Roman Catholic lẹ Protestant cầu răng sang ở darka tu này hiện mirin kan thi hiền mo vak ruak thầy đóng van ram ate ham zai thầy durang te khan zirti na de kala mà se chú Bible là ông nào pathiam phật thiam thế pon soi được thina Bible là ông đấy đây là Bible là ông hi cái này mà nó chừng bên này khó thiam rin nó này khan đôi sẽ căng tu này hiện bắt lúa mà thế hay ruak khó mấy anh đi nào kan oma thế lấy này hiện han hulum về kan đua mà nó khen có con rang tu lệ khát tiếng vác ruột cái mà đi mấy ông bị rèn tu các ông lẩu bơi bùn rượu tiền nó tàu cho cái này thế cho con máu cái hiền sẽ tới nên tu nó nuôi thòng hi nãy kia nào bùi tin tu rin mà nghe hi là lý số nghe lâu cao nó chưa vào hiện là lý số warning nên lâu bề lọc phết phát hiện thú à hiện cắn chiang đây này sẽ tới là hi là lý số ta cái lâu cao đó mà sẽ là lý số lâu cao năng ta copy về phần này là mà sẽ chú ý soát warning nên bé thằng lẻ thì trong cao su bênนั้นchung này là ổn thì trong cao su tiền chú vào hiện tu này hiện hết cái mà đi xuống tất sa hi tuy nhiên từ cổ là số là thì Christa Isu ông ta chuan ti sa chú asual ngày tuần là chắc là tập pin khen beta hết tiền cái thì mấy khu này hiện cái mà đi xuống tất sa hi thara với cái khen bedam thì ra nên cái giống xuống đủ giống cái này về cái nó biến số mi giống in thiêu ăn thì xuống tổ về cái tiền rau quý nó chẳng giống tổ một tiền nữa chứ hồi bên thiêu ăn thì xuống tổ về cái tiền rau quý nó chẳng giống tổ nào đấy cái tiền rau quý nó chịu vì lẽ cái mà tiền xuống mà ăn này có phù là cái tiền mai này tua mà cái tiền này mai sana ăn để có pa chứ xuống là ông ta cái chân xuống này là chân sang ta sẽ tới là đâu tu hiện cái mà này chắc là ông ta là fa Amar Rasulullah li suha khan min mai na le khoi na fangin kan kan kalvari cross an thita chuta tak chuan evil adam sual fanga thivek tur kan ni ba ka ke mani sual evil adam an te an ti khan thivek tur ni rengot kha ni na rengot kha min ron choma ni la fa me ron chom te la chu he sual tak sa kan fa te ren ko ron pianga mani ma sial tur zir tir ngai lo reng duam tur zir tir ngai lo reng chapau tu ra zir tir ngai lo rang chu kan pian phung mi hring nature lo ni ta chu tak a chu la li suan kal very cross a chuan kan ta na a thi mai pa kha sinful nature kha kan ne thela turin a tharau thiang lim min pe ta chu chan chin tha luan kling chin ta ani he tak sa hi plato te zir tir anga temporary essentially evil te an lo zir tir ang kha ni lovin hết tất sa ngày hi patin ravin ron transformin thil sim thara ni theni ti ka Bible ni zur tir chunia chumi tur chuan zana hen bo sei la na Bible ko ang keu ta hak la mai an ko ni se amun ro ki azau dong ha mai he tlong te kan kha ni hola hiam kan Bible chuan mi rin dam chu kum som sare nia chak na wangin som riat po ni thea abak chu thorim na le lungai na mai ani tu na hian kan nu le pa te le u de te po lo li so Krista men kan cha du chu tu na tranga kum so mi ko ga ri lo le om le tam se ma en tiang ni om sia kan tu pa then chu than mol po kan lu ta mai the tin no pong te po than mol la kan lu thut the lo i so ne in zam na nu kan na ya kan chan dam na chu ngo thil tha ti lo tum chiam lam ni la fa i so kan ma ya i so kharavin min thurun mai hi chân đầm na để tiêu thúc xe mà giờ đi này hiền và tiền thara cái này nằm anh nói in năm thì lâu đó cái này trẻ trung truyền tôi sẽ nói qua miếng quỳ rồi thì in giờ đi này hiền cái này màn đâu lắm nhỉ cái tiếng bật vô mà thế lù pa cái tiếng nó sang in nên liềm sao na hay nu rấy vọc là vọc bật vô mà liềm về này ta mình mang này nó thế mình đủ sẵn nó thế hàng thiệt là thiệt cái mà châu nó thar nó mà cái mà commitment thar nó pe loud cry ring ta ka au nó ko vel hi pathianin adan bo che tu te hi rei lo te khem to do na chu mi chu ring ta ka puang tu ring tu na hian cái bộ cái ngàn thar trong trai quy đồng ai khom mai rong hi bol zo thoi lo lo ni suwa local thoi turin he khove la hian chan chin traffic zone hian tel turin kanin bo se chak dong lom ni ti hi zarina kai ngen na le kai fu na chin sela lo par tan zain a tharin mong ni som tha lo se amen
trong đó đúng tầm mấy cần đúng à, cho nên cần phải hỏi Iso Krista nung duy turin mà nung ain kim Iso Krista thì turin kan so many. We're gonna sing the last song here, and then after that we'll ask the Pastor William to give us a benediction. And la satur kha kama lira ramoi su kama lira ramoi su ontin kama lira ramoi su dan siap masuk. Okay, kan seban dong tinggi lah.
Oh Let us pray. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, we come to your throne not because we know our theology, but we come to you because we know Elder Vanrotluanga. He has exercised his faith as a living faith. Lord, I feel like even though he is no more with us physically, but he is living. When I hear the stories of his wife, and he has done to many people, as much as these people are living in their faith, we know, Lord, Elder Vanrotluanga and his wife is living too. That is what we gave us, a living faith, Lord. We heard it again and again, your promise in the Bible. We know you are coming, Lord. We know in our head. But we are not sure our heart is ready for you. I know toward the end, when there was struggle in this community, it is Elder Vanrotluanga who made the decisions to bring peace and to make this Mission Adventist Church a great church. He believed in you, Lord. His wife believed in you. They lived their faith, not just preaching, but living. And I pray, Lord, as Pastor Monsanga said, that you will take time to reflect a little more what we need to do to prepare our heart if we really want to see them in heaven. We cannot see unless we are ready. I pray for Glenn and Willie, Sister Stephanie, rest of the close family, close friends, and the community who love them very dearly. I pray for their heart to be repentant and to unite, to bring honor and glory to you. Lord, I pray, come soon. Take us home. Resurrect Elder Vanrotluanga and his wife. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Zarin hi kay tur kan siya mga pinto anak mo. Jadi bangkan orang ini sumber dia.
Chairman na puanta ng nagtug sara misaw SDA huran pang lenga hoton sara misaw Society of America huran pang doran helaya John Tuesday night Washington misaw SDA huran pang bele ang
Everything gets better.